high smoking point, and it'll start to burn your stuff, and you don't want that. You do not want that.
It's not a good look.
No, it'll smell burnt. And, I mean, it'll still be good for its use, but if you could get past the burnt scent, then hey, more power to you. This is a slow pour. But what I'm speaking about, that I actually do have another oil that I made earlier. And this is my Conjuring the Dead oil, which is 2 parts olive oil, 1 part sulfur, 1 part cayenne pepper, and some pepper flakes. Actually, 2 parts sulfur, sorry. And, well, this is ready to be put into the heat. And again, the same thing. You're just going to put it in the fire. You're just going to let it evaporate on its own. These stoves don't want to work for me. There we go. Okay, while that's going. Okay. So yeah, this is Conjuring the Dead oil. You know, it's good when you want to work with ancestral spirits, or when you want to gag someone, when you want to, just, send some friends of yours to an enemy of yours. You just anointed on a black candle and conjure and all that. I won't get into too much of that, but
Whoa.
Very good stuff, especially around Halloween or Samhain, when you want to, communicate with your ancestral spirits, is really, really good for that. Really, really good for that. Now, some of you have asked me, how do you set a circle? Now, if you're in your home, and you're going to be working in your altar, my common sense tells me, what's the point of creating a circle when you're in your altar, and the purpose of your altar is to protect you? So normally when I'm in my home, basically my home, the whole home is my altar. So I feel safe conjuring and summoning and all that stuff within my own home, unless if I'm going to be working with certain demons. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But, if you do feel that you need to, set a circle. I, for one, don't use wands. Or, I don't really use athamanes. I don't really use too many of those, new age techniques. I raise my energy. Some of you I've already spoken to. But, you want to choose a safe place in your room, in your home. Palms up. You want to square, you want to center yourself. You breathe, you relax. You let go of all the negative energy. You center yourself. You steady your heart with steady breathing, right? Once you've gotten to that point, okay, you clap 3 times, one louder than the other. As soon as you clap your hands, you put your palms face down on your lap. Let that tingling sensation, that vibration, flow through your legs so it could flow through your entire body. You're pushing it with your mind, that vibration. You're raising the energy. Little by little, for those who practice and practice and practice, you'll be able to fill the whole room with your energy. You can envision, some people envision light as the actual essence flowing through their body. Once you're able to manage and master your actual raising energy, then basically, you can take, a quartz crystal or your own hand and create your circle just by forcing and initiating that circle to surround you as your force field, and then you clear the area always with some incense, frankincense, myrrh, black myrrh, sulfur, whatever it is that you like to, sandalwood and all these other things. I just got some big quartz crystals, really cheap. I'm very excited about that. So that's one way of doing that. If you're outside, then you can literally grab a branch, a fallen branch, and literally create your circle. Stick one hand out into the heavens and conjure and direct that energy right from the heavens, and you push it out through the branch because it's already coming from nature, and you make your circle. There's a whole bunch of ways that you could create your circle. You don't need an athamane. You don't need a wand or a broom or none of that stuff. You were born into this life with magic, so with natural energy. So you don't really need all that extra stuff. Okay? I think I'm going ahead of myself, But I do want to speak about, again, I'm going to touch base on a little bit of candles. I was able to find my bougie candles. These are, in Haitian voodoo, they use them a lot. I actually get these at a voodoo store, a supply store of mine. And literally, it's really like, it's pretty much, how can I say this? Shoelace that is dipped in the wax, and then they twist it, and then they re-dip it, so it looks like this. Okay? And, this one is normally used for positive things. So, you anoint it with your golden oil, right? And you're anointing, and you light it on fire, and you're concentrating. About half an hour. Once you're done, you literally break that piece off. Like, it's going to burn just a little, but in certain cultures, pain, showing that you're undergoing a certain type of pain and not really paying attention, you're numbing it, kind of gives you more authority in the spell. It kind of reinforces it because the gods or the spirits see it as self-sacrifice. So because you're burning, you're kind of singeing a little bit of your finger off. Eventually, you'll have calluses on your fingers and all that stuff. A good witch, has rough hands. So you just break it off and you start off the next day. Obviously with this, you would do some conjuring the dead. The black is not, you'll use it for other negative things. It's the same concept. Okay. I'm going to stir my gold. Again.
Should I come over there?
Huh?
Should I come over there?
No.
With the camera?
Not yet. That one's for that one. Please don't double dip. Don't double dip. Because then you're going to get a little bit of the altar oil inside of the golden oil. And then, no, that's not good.
Cross-contamination.
Right? No double dipping. Okay. Okay, now, I actually wanted to do another lamprey, but I'm jumping ahead. It's like I have so much in my mind that I just want to, jump the gun. Now, I'm just going to fill this up with some cold water. And this is just to keep purification and kind of like a shielding spell that you can do. You're just going to fill this up with some water. Okay. This is alumbre. It's very similar to Himalayan rock salt or Himalayan pink rock salt. But it's literally just natural salt that's been pulverized. Sometimes you can find it as big as this right here. I don't know if you can see that on camera, Ken?
Yeah.
Okay, this big white one is a big rock of alumbre. It's just, it's salt. Raw salt. So with this, just going to add some of this in here. You can do this at home with just regular table salt or kosher salt. You're going to take your scissors. This works just as fine with a blue or white candle next to it. But you can also take your scissors, just simply put it right on top, and that gives a symbol of you cutting negativity, cutting ties, envy, the evil eye, and all that fun stuff. Or if you want, you can also, these are also called crown blue. In botanicals, they're also known as anis. And you can add one of these in here. It will change the water blue, and it will have the alumbre or the salt in there. You can also drop some camphor, and that is also another way of keeping, if you're having nightmares, or if your child is having nightmares, you can put this under your bed in a bowl. You don't have to, you can take the scissors off and put this and do this whole thing in a bowl, and your child will actually, it's almost like a dream catcher, but more potent. The camphor itself, the scent of the camphor, it's almost like a Vicks. It just soothes, relaxes, calms you. It purifies as you're sleeping, and it's creating a barrier of protection for you or your child. So, I always, I always like using these for children by their bedside because, you know, sometimes when they're children, you know, the evil spirits and wandering spirits like to bother these kids, and it's just not fun. It is just not fun.
It's not a good time.
Yeah. So I'm going to make another lamp for a certain client of mine who's going through some issues. You know, so I'm going to add cinnamon. This is a cheap version that you can do in your home. You know, I'm not going to go crazy with a lot of things. So I'm just using cinnamon powder. Again, I'm going to use some poppy. Not a lot. Going to add a ginger. This is dry ginger, but once I put it into the liquid, it will, you can use fresh ginger too, but it will liven it up. The orange that I was, you know, that I was peeling earlier, just going to squeeze it in here without squirting me in my eye, because it burns. Not a fun look.
Alright, Coco.
Okay. And I'm just going to rinse off real quick. And I think there's a ghost somewhere around because I'm hearing some noise in the background. Little marigold. And I just dropped something. Okay. And honey. That's really it. Nothing crazy. I already tasted this, so I don't have to retaste it again. Okay.
Or for our Spanish speakers, miel.
Miel de abeja. Now, before I add the oil, I want to add just a little bit of hot water, just because of the honey. I want to make sure that it's really dissolved good. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. And just going to add a little bit of water. Just a little bit. Of course, you're putting your intent, your energy into this. I'm naming the person right now in my mind, so I don't really, you know, I don't want to say it out loud, because then you never know who's listening. You never know who is trying to mess up your work. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay. And we add our oil. Now the oil obviously will rise to the top. Now you don't have to add a scent to this because I added a lot of cinnamon. It smells, I can smell the cinnamon from here. It's a lovely smell. You can always add some sweet cloves if you want. Now you know me, I'm a glitter queen, so I'm going to add the glitter. Just a touch of red. And just like before, you're going to take this, you're going to put it in here. In this case, I'm going to light it straight from this flame. I will be doing another part video downstairs. Oop. Yeah, see, sometimes that happens when you rush the process, but there we go. It's okay to get your hands dirty if it's for the right cause. Okay. And I'm just going to move this here away from my working station. Can I have a time? How many?
30 minutes.
I'm at 30 minutes already? Are you serious?
Yes.
And I feel like I haven't even done nothing. Alright, 30 minutes. Then we'll just continue with the oil. So if you can just bring the camera over here so I can show them how the oil is slowly evaporating. It looks a little black right now, but that's because of the lighting. But this, you know, it's really like a brown, a dark blue, very, very dark blue. But you're still gonna put this on here. You still want it to evaporate. The golden one actually looks a lot better. Just because, again, it's clear. And remember, it looks dark because the leaves are green. No, don't look here. Not too close to my face. That's why it looks a little dark right now. But that's because, you know, you put the greens in there, and the green mixed with the blue obviously is going to give it a darker color. But you see, you know, there's still some liquid in here. So this still has a while to go. Because you're putting it at a very low flame, this is going to take about 45 minutes to actually do its thing. Okay? You could go back over there. You know, the next video what I'm going to be doing, come to think of it, I may just make about 2 other videos today just because 30 minutes goes by so quick and I'm over here trying to rush and ramble and I'm like, oh my god, hopefully y'all learned something. Real quick, this is cascarilla. I wanted to mention this to Mr. Brad and to some of the other people out there who cannot get cascarilla. Literally, even if you're vegan and all that stuff, you know, get some eggs and use the eggshell, make sure it's white, and you're going to powderize it. And you're going to put it in these little things, you know, these little cupcake holders or little mini holders. You're going to fill it up with the powder, and you're going to get some holy water. Now, I don't believe in the Catholic Church and the church and all that stuff, so you can make your own holy water if you want, just by putting your intent and putting your energy and purifying it and maybe adding some salt into it or whatever it is that you want to do. But you add some holy water onto this just to make it into a paste. And you're just going to dry this for a couple of days so it's completely dry. Or if you're, you know, a little adventurous, you can bake it in the oven at like 150 to 200 degrees for about 45 minutes. Okay, at this point,
It's about to cut off.
Yeah, at this point, we're just going to see, you're going to see the bottles, the vials of the oils already packed in my things, and we'll continue on with more videos on the craft. Blessings to all of you.